Hello and welcome to the Magic of Boots 48th first episode. This is Ronnie. I have Shudipta with me. Shudipta, how are you?
I'm good so far. How about you?
Great. Another exciting week of football and football related gossip and dramas. And we are almost on. I mean, for you, it's today is Saturday, right?
Yeah, it's 20th of August,
Right. I'm sitting here
7 in the morning.
19th of August, 10 or 6 p.m. But there's already some game played today, but we're not going to talk about it. We're going to pick up some of the highlights of last week, and then we're going to talk about some of the gossips that's going to that we think it's full of drama and enough to important to talk. Let's go back last week and where we're gonna start.
Well, if you want to start with drama, there was like so many drama going on. We saw a coach flexing his muscle
Yeah,
in the press conference. So let's start from there, I
yeah.
guess.
Wasn't it probably for me was the game of the weekend?
Yeah, of course. In a technical reason, it's like one of the best games so far we had.
Right. So Chelsea versus Tottenham. I mean, sounds spicy. Spicy because Thomas Tuchel wasn't that kind of manager who invokes or kind of instigates something. But I guess he's getting there. And Antonio Conte being Antonio Conte, he's always competitive. How do you see the game just from footballing perspective, and then we'll talk about the spicy stuff.
What interesting was like one of the most interesting thing is that like playing Loftus Cheek as a floating defender or sometimes like a wing back or sometimes like a floating midfielder. It was like brilliant so far because like in the press conference right after the match he said something like that they were trying to defend with five because they were up against four or five players from Chelsea, sorry, Tottenham, and I guess, and he also said that like they wanted to attack with four in the back, and other guys will like support or something like that. And there were sorry, I was confused with Loftus's like position so many times. Sometimes it seems like a center defender supporting those center backs. Sometimes he was like carrying the ball to get to the forefront, and sometimes he was playing as a wide winger or wing back, or sometimes this James actually was an inverted fullback or something like that, and it was actually interesting to see actually. One of the like, like if you see new technique, it's like it gives you some some sensation. It was fun to watch. From Spurs points of view, like they weren't actually in the game. They were out of the game quite a few times, and they could have actually conceded more. Luckily, they did not. Um, what happened there? I don't know. Like if they found a way to hang in there, and after the first goal, it was a mistake, I guess, from referee. He well, it's arguably that's what probably actually it was before the match. The drama was going on in the tunnel, so it actually this goal actually light the fire completely. Um, but another interesting things from Chelsea is is from Spurs is that like they put all like four forwards
Hmm.
at one point Son, Kane, who else is there?
Son,
Kulusevski,
yeah,
and Lucas Moura was
Lucas,
there,
yeah,
right? four players in the front, and well, it's it, it doesn't actually makes them like this Brazil team, like from the Copa America last Copa, like they are throwing forwards, but they don't have any shape. But
Yep.
they Spurs were attacking sort of like a 4-2-4,
Hmm.
or sometimes like 3-2-4. Sorry, 3-3-4. And it was actually sort of like, if you remember, 2010's match, Chile actually upset someone in the World Cup, and that Bielsa team was playing sort of similar rule, like 3-3-3-1 or something like that. And um, actually this shape actually similar to that one. So it's not like a new technique there, but it's good to see those reviving ideas and merging with like playing against new ideas. So anything else to add from your side?
Well, I thought first half Chelsea was so kind of looked so good, Chelsea, and I just thought all they needed is a very good straight center forward, but that's Chelsea. Chelsea's ongoing
Yeah,
saga.
Sterling is also like causing a lot of problems for Spurs defenders. And Havertz was trying to get inside
Yeah,
of Romero's head, but Romero is like not giving a
yeah.
damn about anything.
It's too tough to break by Kai Havertz, but
Yeah.
um, that's where I thought they probably would have been better. I don't know. When I say would have been better, Lukaku failed, and then before that, who was there? Yeah. So anyway, I mean, center forward definitely technically or theoretically it would help, but it depends on the player too. Um,
There are links going on with Aubameyang, and it seems like they are close or something like that.
okay. Uh, at least there's something, right? So in that,
But also like from Barca's points of view, like they are also trying to get rid of Depay, and
but
Depay is like close to
uh,
joining in
let's
Juventus.
let's go back to that later with Barcelona because
Yeah.
um, yeah, coming back to this particular game, I thought first half Chelsea were so dominant. I think it took Spurs by surprise at some level. I think they were not really ready. Second half, Spurs came back because of their kind of fisty sort of team.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of nasty challenges flying in, and then um, there's questions definitely with both the goals, and especially with the first one. I think, although you could see that was it who was it challenging Bentancur?
Yeah.
He got the ball a little bit of it, but still he was making it like from behind. I mean, technically it could still be foul. A lot of time that's been called, but anyway, fair, uh, fair to Spurs. I mean, they came back. Uh,
Um, is it like the like an incident like Romero was pulling
sorry,
Cucurella?
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was Cucurella was stepping Romero back at certain point of the game, right? And
Yeah.
and then I wouldn't believe that we're talking about a football match and we're talking about hair pulling. Uh, Cucurella's hair, but again, it's
Was he jealous or something? I don't know.
no, the video can be, I mean, the replays can be deceiving because you don't know the action just before, split second before, right? What happened and who initiated or something like that. But you could clearly see someone pulling the hair. At least Romero did. But again, he was not actually involved on the game or the ball. The ball was through Harry Kane and it went in.
But in box, like we saw referees are giving foul for those situations, like right, because like players are challenging or like can I say, like pulling or like pushing someone on the ground.
But here is my question: if the both players are not involved in the ball and
Mhm.
fairly away from the ball, how could you? Again,
Actually, I saw that that was given like in so many times,
no, no, for sure.
and there are some explanation. I saw that like probably I don't actually remember like and they were saying like the continuation of the game, like because of the continuation of the game, the referee was trying to maintain this shape, something like that.
Well, if a foul and referee was there, if there is
Mm.
foul and he's seen it, he has to intervene.
Mm.
Oh, and
Sometimes
if he if
like
he
they
if he
give
let if he let
they
it
give
go, if he let it
yeah.
go, it goes back to VAR. VAR is only gonna check where the ball is, and
Mm.
if that conduct is violent or not. And I don't know by which like have anybody actually thought about hair pulling could be violent conduct or not? I'm not sure. Is that been written somewhere? I don't know.
Really well. I think there was a suggestion from I forgot who actually like there was an article a few months ago, I guess in the Daily Mirror or somewhere, like the conduct of refereeing or something like that. And nowadays, like VAR is like so involved, like sometimes stop the continuation of the game. So in Premier League, especially, like if you remember, we talked about the game time. Like
Yeah.
in Italian league, it
Or
was
any
like
any European league. Yeah, yeah.
yeah 60 minutes or something like that, and most of the time it was slowed down or something like that.
Yeah.
So like now they are trying to make it a little bit faster or something. So
But
that
you
could
know,
be one
that's a crucial goal.
explanation.
That's a crucial goal.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that 1 point can make or break for any team to go into top four, right? Because Premier League is
Yeah,
competitive, right? And each point counts.
yeah.
So
From Spar's point of view, like they are trying to build a new team, and it will they made this result after like coming back from like two goals. Like it will give them some sort of a boost. For Chelsea's point of view, it's like they are losing something because how they played the whole match.
I think so. They
Mostly.
would be disappointed.
Yeah,
There's the crowd was involved. The
yeah.
managers were like after each goal, each other shouting at the face and stuff like that. It reminded me of Mourinho and Arsene Wenger. Um, but it went beyond that when there was that handshake incident.
Um, yeah, if you remember, the same thing happened in 2019 probably or 2016. I forgot. It's called the Battle of the Bridges. Chelsea versus Tottenham,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was in 2016, and Tottenham beat or like draw against Chelsea, and Leicester won the cup at the end. So so like they're calling it like Battle of the Bridges Part Two. So
Well, keep Tuchel
and
and Conte. I mean, there will be a lot more coming in.
also like nobody was like most of the people were having a bet like who's gonna win if they fight, like a fist fight,
Well, no,
So
nobody wants to fight Conte. No, he's
yeah,
nasty. Um, anyway, but I thought it was so pumped up. It brings back that. I mean, it almost gives you that spice that Mourinho
yeah.
used to bring, especially wherever he went. Is it good? I don't know. It just you need that extra bit of spice to make you wake up and watch the games because there's something going to happen. I don't know how the players would react. I mean, at that point, I guess everyone is headed. But I
Mm.
guess after a certain point of time, everyone kind of cooled down and thought, okay, that's about it. Live the battle on the field and not do it outside. It was fun,
Actually players were not that actually involved, like
except
Sterling was. Yeah,
Aspilicueta something. I don't know. I've seen some conversations with Conte, but there was some heated conversation, definitely for sure.
Yeah, also
But
like there was another one with when Tuchel was leaving because they both got red
yeah,
carded, and Tuchel was leaving and the assistant of Conte was like shouting at him at the end.
yeah,
So
exactly. And but it was fantastic football game.
yeah, it was.
You can question some of the decision making of the referee, and a good entertainment in terms of football aggressiveness, the tactical side, the defending.
Also, yeah, also this coach will be in the World Cup. Um, so does like commentators were saying.
Sorry, this referee. Did you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
sorry, yeah, sorry, referee. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I don't know why Anton Taylor is that. But anyway, I'm not going to say names. But here's on benefit of the referees too. I mean, now they they kind of doubt if to put a whistle to stop anything, because in case they're wrong, they're not continuing the play, and if they're continuing the play and if anything happens,
mm,
they're kind of relying on VAR, but VAR is kind of handicapped with certain rules and laws, and they cannot interfere with um, the decision that is made on the field, right? If the referee didn't
mm.
spot it, it's becomes a little bit kind of murkier, not really clear what's going to
Yeah, but
happen.
it's like a dark area to decide, especially the
Yeah.
split of the moment. Like everything was moving so fast. So
Like if I was a referee, and from my standpoint is, if there is foul and I'm kind of 90% sure, I'd intervene. But now I guess the everything changed because of the VAR.
yeah, but what I noticed from Premier League, like they intervene, like the linesmen weren't actually intervening the game before, like even like in the last year. But this year they're actually making those calls, like
Yeah.
offside calls before, like they are not when they are starting, they are like making calls. So like it actually well, like it actually saves some times
Yeah.
actually. Like when
And
you're checking with the beer bar all the time, like it's time consuming always.
yeah, and also I've seen that, I don't know which competition will start this, but the ball will have that offset technology.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I think it will probably from the World Cup.
okay, so yeah, again, we're going micro millisecond kind of. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's good or bad, but say for example, if there's a good side getting ruled out of the offside for a milli microcentimeter or something, and then then they just get bitten, it will be erupted with a lot of controversy. But again,
but
it's same for everyone.
this is like what everyone. Yeah. Another thing. Well, I don't want to dig in too much
Yeah,
there.
yeah. No, other than Tottenham and Chelsea game, what other game you think was fantastic?
I guess Leeds versus Southampton was interesting.
Okay, I missed it.
Uh, yeah, I watched a few for 10-15 minutes. It was interesting. Like Bamford is back, but it's not like he's not in the good shape. But Rodrigo was in great form. Like, but the problem is that like they still need some time to like adjust some players, uh, probably. Um, how can I say like? Southampton looked a little bit, like they have two brilliant players who was actually linked with some other clubs, especially Kyle Walker-Peters, the right wing back, is linked with right now probably Chelsea and some other clubs. Um, Chelsea, I think that also affected his game, but he actually scored anyway. He was brilliant in moving forward, and also like he's young and make those runs. You know, like he doesn't actually leave space behind. That's another thing. Um, I guess um, Leeds bought bunch of players from the both of the Red Bulls team. We mentioned probably that, and I think they will need some time to settle down.
Yeah.
But other than that, like it was a interesting game to watch, like technically, especially. Prowsey, well, I expected to see some free kick from him, but well, that not happened. But I guess they were actually sort of like really compact in the defense, but they will need some players, you know, like especially in the mid, like to support Prowsey. I guess because so many teams, even the Fulham and Nottingham Forest probably bought like 15 players um, this season. But probably Southampton needs some new, fresh blood.
Oh yeah. Doesn't look good so far, at least.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Any other game? I thought
Uh,
I thought for a second the Liverpool versus who was Liverpool playing?
Liverpool was playing Crystal Palace.
Yeah, that was an interesting game. Uh,
Um, Nunez got red card,
yeah, no, I totally get that, but
and
game wise, I
Klopp
thought it
was saying in
was
that like right after the game, like it's not how we behave or something. Like, do you think it's a problem? Like like it's if he doesn't get red card, it wouldn't actually remind me he's an Uruguayan striker or
yeah,
something.
it's
They're
gonna
always
yeah
hotted up.
that's yeah exactly a little bit passionate. If you
Yeah,
if you even remember Diego Forlan
yeah,
or Edinson Cavani or Suarez obviously, but yeah, no, it's we don't behave like that. I totally understand. But again, on that level, I mean, yeah, I can understand his passion too. But what a brilliant goal from Luis Diaz to make it level. I was
yeah. It was almost like right-footed Lionel Messi goal.
yeah. Yeah, or even sometime peak Ronaldinho uh,
Yeah.
sort of goal.
Well, he has those, like moves, like dance moves. But one thing is that like they were pressing Crystal Palace at the end of the game. Like they were trying to squeeze something out of this game, even with 10 men, and it was like really tough. And Liverpool has like really good runners. That's another thing. And from Crystal Palace's point of view, like they did not actually start well, especially against Arsenal. They could have actually scored at least one goal in the last match, but they did not make the same mistake. But they could have actually win this game as well. So like that's like top two teams playing against, and they made, well, I would say fairly good like result. Like at least getting 1 point out of it. It's like
Yeah.
because those teams are like probable number top six or top five, whatever they're saying.
It took a brilliant goal of Luis Diaz to level it up. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and they were actually fairly compact, and also credit to Diaz. It's like it was like right after few minutes. So I guess it also like put Crystal Palace a little bit backsided because they did not want to lose anything out of the game. But Zaha missed a bunch of opportunities. He's a good player actually. Like he scored, but he's a good player. Like in terms of like making those moves, or like if even when the counter attack, if the long balls are coming, he's try
He
to
can
hold the
hold the
ball
ball.
and
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, and try to get foul or something out of it, like a set pieces or something. Um, and he's but at some point, like if Crystal Palace has someone like Anthony or some similar profile, you know, they could
You
have
mean
actually
Anthony from West Ham, right?
West Ham, yeah.
Yeah.
So they could have actually moved a little bit forward, you know, like
Right on. I thought it was technically very well played game. Obviously, Liverpool being a top side. But do you feel they kind of miss money?
no, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't actually have any complaint about the forward line. I was like telling you on probably like we talked about this about like 3 4 times. Like
The
everyone was
Highlands.
saying, yeah, not highlights like the about this midfield. Like we probably discussed about the left-footed midfielder or a little bit someone creative, because at the end of the game or during the game, you need someone who can actually make some sort of like a different taste of this flavor, you know, like they are trying to clone a similar player or something like that, but um,
Yeah, there's not much variety. After
no, not much
Shakir,
variety and not so much creativity
no,
as well.
after Shakiri left, I mean the only left-footed player is there is Salah,
Yeah,
and he's not.
and Robertson.
Yeah, because he's he's a lefty. Um, but yeah, no, I totally hear you. Um,
Um, I thought like, but Carvalho needs some time. He just came in. Like, it's too early to judge a player after
no, I'm not
2 3 matches.
talking about players, but in terms of points being lost, Liverpool. I mean, and how much? Obviously, Man City will definitely lose points at certain points, but it seems like right now, how many points? They're five, four
Mm,
points behind.
yeah,
Yeah,
four
yeah,
points.
yeah. That's not a good start from Liverpool standard, definitely. But yeah, there's a long season to go. Um,
Yeah, it's like 36 matches, so like almost the full season.
yeah.
So if
Uh,
they can like, okay, forget everything. Let's start from now. So that would be also okay.
and
And I
they're
guess like that Nunez won't be there, so like Firmino will be there. So like I would say like this lack of creativity in midfield would be covered, I guess, a little bit, because like
and
it
also
can sort of
they're playing against Manchester United. No disrespect, but they're not in the very good shape at this point. Just lost Brentford 4-0. How do you explain that?
um, it's uh, it's not like a miracle or something, but what if you remember Arteta, when he came in, he was looking for a goalkeeper, and after first matches or first 2 matches,
Yep.
actually, he bought someone like Ramsdale. If you remember, Pep Guardiola brought Bravo from Barcelona just to from play from the break, and then when it did not work, then he bought Ederson. So like teams like this, if you want to play from the back, De Gea is not not like your guy.
Well,
Even he's like when he was playing for what is it called, Spain team. The team was actually like he was the goalkeeper after Casillas left. And his passing range, it like I guess Tifo actually made those analyses, like his passing range is like in the into the box and towards the both of the center backs. So so like in Spain team, did not feel like he's not good in ball, or because of this passing range, because like he's providing ball to like the center defender, and most of the time it was like either Ramos or someone else, or like probably Busquets drop in or something like that, and they distributed the ball. So like it like his job was to like shot stopper, but it's not works like this in the
And he's not even stopping the shots
in the
fairly well too.
yeah, true, but it's I think because of lack of confidence. Uh, I think he got nervous. At some point, he did not know like where to shoot the ball, and he took like at least two touch to decide where he should put the ball, and it's like too many. Like it's like you have to think in microseconds. Like that's another thing, and I don't see age is in his favor as well. So
And also,
I think we
it
need to move on. And what uh, I was so annoyed by the media that like they were going up against Lisandro Martinez because
soft
of his
target,
height. Yeah,
soft target.
but the thing is that like when um, when your midfield is falling apart, and it's hard to blame those defenders, you
Yeah.
know.
No, and especially if your keeper is not a very good distributor, is in lack of
Yeah,
confidence and making some silly passes, silly mistakes. And is it this third goal or second goal that was just closing on? And it was so easy for Brentford, like if they're playing like third
second,
division team or something like that.
yeah.
It looks so amateurish, like not been done enough in the practice field, or they're in
And
shell shocked.
another thing is that like they man marked some selected
Yeah,
players like Ericsson and Martinez, because they know that like those guys will carry the ball, so like they did not give any spaces. And when that happened, De Gea looked like
even more
really confused
nervous.
when,
Even more
yeah, even
nervous.
more nervous, and it's like probably shoot the ball away. For,
Yeah, I guess now it's about the manager and his vision of playing it from back. And now they have Casemiro being bought from Real Madrid. He's 31 years old, 70 million. Is Casemiro the answer?
70.
70, yeah.
I thought it was like 34 million.
Nope. That must be his age. No, it's 70.
Oh, actually, it's so interesting. Like in 15 years period of time, Manchester became a
You mean
seller club.
United?
Yeah, United
Yeah.
became like a seller club. Like they are buying players who are in their 30s in overpriced and something like that. And
Sounds like Bartomeu's
um,
Barcelona.
yeah, sort of like that. And they are not even like here's the difference between Barcelona and Manchester United. Why people are going there, because there are some young talents.
Hmm.
Like they have sort of like a coach who has ideas, who like people know that like he's going to play this way. We know how Eric Ten Hag is going to play. And Barcelona were able to bring players even when they were actually like down to five or six position in the league, or seventh, I forgot. um, because uh, because there are some key players like Fati, Pedri, Gabi, and United also have those sort of players. You know, like not like in that level, but they have those players, but they're not giving those players a chance. And like it feels like they're like everywhere, like in every media, everyone was mentioning this. Like uh, they actually outrun United by 13 miles, and which is like too much, you know, like you are playing in a 90 years field, and it's like it's how is that possible, you know? And it seems like those players are not running. Um, I don't know, like they lose for some reason, will to live or something like that, and they don't run. And who is going to run for United, the brand, the logo, the legendary club, um, so far, like highest Premier League winner. um, are you there?
Yeah, yeah,
The screen actually freeze. Okay.
yeah. I'm here. Yeah,
Okay. So, like, this is another thing, like and but those young players, like from the academy, I saw some footages of some of those guys. They're like really brilliant, but they don't have consistency. And this is what happened with Arsenal. Like, they're actually, now they can tell that they have a project and they're going somewhere.
yeah,
Arsenal,
yeah.
after 15 years of, like, since Thierry left, like there are some situations in, like, when Robin van Persie was there, but other than that, like they were sort of like decaying, like United. But they can tell now, like they have some sort of projects, and United actually need to bring these players. Like everyone expected, like Ten Hag, one of those players will be in the first team, but
Or,
nobody was
or
there.
or at least in the bench.
Yeah, or at least in the bench. So but nobody was there. It's the same players, and um, it was funny to watch it because Tifa already did that, like this analysis, because how he wanted to play. This is also Solskjaer wanted to play, and they made those analysis, and basically this is the same situation going on over and over again.
Deja
And then
vu.
is to, yeah, and bringing Casemiro, bringing someone, it's not like the solution. You have to give some hope to those guys who are willing to run for your club. So
And you're losing it anyway. First of all,
yeah,
having two, three young kids running for
and
you.
and also, like, if you
Okay,
remember,
let's go back to someone like Marcus Rashford. Like he was a young talent. He was coming out, and he was promising, right?
yeah, he scored probably like 14, 15 goals
Now
when they were
he
ended up in the second position
now
last time.
obviously he looks in shambles because his entire team is kind of falling apart, right?
I guess it also depends on, like, the managers and how he played during those years, because he doesn't have any consistent position, and different coaches came in and different coaches give him like different, how can I say, rules, different positions, and that also actually messed
Yeah.
him up.
Sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead.
um no, I and then so for, like,
Yeah, no, it's a sad state for United, and it's probably going to not gonna get better right away. But yeah,
if you remember last season, Arsenal was playing sort of like a counter-attacking football. Like, it's not in the Arteta style.
no.
When it's not in, um, Arteta wanted to play originally 4-3-3. He converted to 4-2-3-1, and then he converted to like three in the back, and like with wing backs and other adaptation. And they were sort of like playing counter-attacking football. And like sometimes football, like when you know that, like, these players cannot pass from the back. Now Casemiro is here. Casemiro, what is his profile? He can actually break out the plays. He can make like rush tackles and go away with it. That's brilliant. Defensively, it's brilliant. It will provide a shelter over those center backs.
Is it
But
stress resistant?
uh, well, so far,
A
like,
little, not as much. But does he have
not
very
like
good contribution? Sorry, distribution as good as say
he
Frankie De
can
Jong?
actually distribute. No, it's not. But here's what you get from him. Like, he will hold the ball and pass the ball right away towards the nearest opponent, which was missing from Tomini and Fred. and he has some sort of like a connection with Fred. Probably, I don't
In
know.
the
It will
Brazilian
if it,
team.
yeah, if it's revived, then it will be nice.
Yeah.
But what will happen now? Teams who are targeting Martinez and Ericsson, um, now they will target one more player, and they will destroy it. If it's not like one player will solve this problem, because like you need to update all of those positions, because like all of those players should be comfortable with the ball, then you can play in
In
certain ways.
certain ways.
Otherwise, like,
Yeah, you don't have the
yeah,
tools to play, right?
yeah, exactly.
And you're sometimes we're too idealistic. We don't know what kind of tool we have in our hand. And because I've managed some kids for certain part of season, and I know that no matter how much thinking or strategy you go ahead with, you're only good as much as your kids are. If they're good on ball, you can do well. If they're not, all you have to do is find the discipline, find leaders in each line, and and go from there. Organize
Yeah,
first.
but like compared to the quality they had before, Casemiro will be a nice touch, because like he like if you remember, like even his teams are losing, he's not that guy who will give up or something
No,
like that.
he's gonna fight.
So yeah, he's gonna fight. He's a fighter. So it would be a nice touch from that, and they need
And
another
then,
leader, like
yeah,
young guy from the front,
yeah,
and another guy probably could be Lisandro Martinez, could be someone else
yeah.
from the back with
All
the
I can
PSP cap, you know?
all I can see, Anthony from Ajax desperately wants to move to Manchester United just today. So if that happens, uh, they might have a very good player. But again, are they making too many Brazilian quartet? And if there are too many Brazilians, there would be.
It's like Arsenal.
Yeah, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but on serious note, Anthony would be a nice touch, but the problem is that like we saw what happened to the youngsters
Like
who were
Garnacho.
actually coming. Yeah, like no, like who came into Manchester United with hopes and
Oh,
dreams and
okay.
stuff like. But it also like it depends on players. How can I say? Um, how they are willing to accept the situation and try to fight with it, because like for some reason Sancho gave up, I guess.
Yeah,
Anthony,
yeah.
um, what's his name, Martial is like is trying to get
Already
his position, but he never
seen
got
him.
that much. Yeah, but so
Elanga.
far he had Ilanga is not consistent. That's one of the problem. But it's the thing with
That's a
the
young
new
players.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you have experienced players to back those players up. So like a little bit of mixture, and because like Rashford is not going to be the future of Manchester United, even if they wanted. But Garnacho maybe, maybe Ilanga, maybe someone else.
yeah.
So
You have to give them that continuous exposure, right?
yeah,
Like even Cristiano Ronaldo didn't start very well in his first one or second game in Premier League back in 2003. It took him a
yeah,
little bit of time to start.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, enough Manchester United. Let's move on to the other side of Manchester, which is City, which is fairly boringly winning everything. Uh,
Well, one of the two teams won all of their two matches. So,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
but yeah, interesting part from that side actually, like that Bournemouth team, they were actually like lining up with uh, five in the back,
yeah,
but um, there were like waves of attacks. Like there were six players in the final line from cities. it's hard to defend against six, seven players who are like trying to get in and trying to make runs, and there is this giant guy in the middle who's like, um, if he runs, you cannot, you know that you cannot catch him. So it's causing all sort of problem. So like not much to add there,
Yeah.
except like he did not get a goal, but it's life. Like he he will not get goal every matches. So
No, it's um, but the problem is now you see Manchester City, and it almost seemed like wherever they finished in 90 whatever minute, 92nd, 93rd minute, it just started from there. And you kind of knew, yeah, different team they're playing against, but they're again not being challenged as much. They've been given the space. They have taken the time to set themselves and start to roll around, and it's been brilliant so far.
actually, they did not have that much challenge in the first two matches. So like if they face some teams like for example Crystal Palace or I don't know. That next match would be interesting against Newcastle. Um, we know how Ed Howe is doing. Like he's bringing this team and lots of fluidity and lot in the counter attacks also. Like they can actually hold the ball and press people and push people. So they could actually get a real first real chance, like a challenge from Newcastle actually, and it's sort of like an El Kashiko.
That was nice. El Kashiko.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
fine.
Qatar versus Saudi.
Yeah. uh,
It will be interesting to see, but what to take from the match is like the interviewer were asking Pep Guardiola that like 14 was 1v1 situation and Haaland was beside and the whole defense line was like they actually took out all of them. They're running behind and Foden actually shoot the ball instead of passing Haaland because like it could have actually and it was interesting from Guardiola's explanation. He's saying like they were used to play as if like there aren't any striker. So it's in their instinct to shoot the ball because they used to play like nobody was going to be there. So like it's sort of like a muscle memory or something like that. It's it's an interesting explanation. But he was also saying like they should know like now this guy will be there, so
yeah,
it would be interesting.
yeah, I guess. But I guess Pep Guardiola didn't appreciate. Like that's what he's saying in front of cameras. I'm pretty sure on the dressing room he doesn't. He reminds that he probably didn't like it because. Anyway, that's very unlikely of Phil Foden. I expect him to be passing at that point.
Well, he was subbed after the first half.
Yeah. So yeah, that says everything.
Yeah. um I don't have anything to add from that
No,
match,
no,
so
same here. Not going to talk about every game.
yeah.
Uh, we probably can move on to some other leagues if we want.
Arsenal listed.
Oh, right.
uh,
Sorry. Yeah. Arsenal is on the. Uh, I mean the other team only who won 100%. Go ahead.
yeah. Have you seen the match?
No, I catch the highlights.
Oh, how good Gabriel Jesus is. Like
So far, very
it's
good.
like
So far.
it's one of those matches you play, like you can do everything. And he was complaining like he could have scored
Oh
two
no,
more goals.
exactly. No, I think he should be disappointed. He should have
Yeah,
bagged.
some chances like I thought like it will go in.
Yeah, he should have had that hat trick, at least hat trick. Not even,
Yeah,
he could have scored probably five. Um, but yeah, again, look razor sharp in terms of understanding and how he fit into that team, and also not just him, Zinchenko as well. He's been
Yeah,
very good so far, and obviously Arsenal has a team to go, and it's a nice change as we're talking about a youthful, exuberant sort of a team that
yeah.
likes
All of
to
them are like under 23. Even like the senior players, there is Xhaka, and who is playing actually a different role. Normally, we used to see like
holding.
Arsenal is playing like a 4-3-1, and this time it's more like 4-3-3 because Odegaard was pushing a little bit tighter. Um, and Xhaka was actually getting to the late runs and causing problem, and he got a goal out of it.
Yeah,
So it's sort of like only three players were like experienced, I would say, and other than that, like Saka, Martinelli, all of them are like fairly young.
yeah. So
But one bad thing was from the game is that Saliba scored a own goal. Um, but I don't know, like, but it seemed solid because like his teammates were like backing him up after that incident. So it was fun to watch. And another taken points like Leicester, I expected a little bit more fight, even that scored like two goals, but it like Arsenal scored back like right away and keep the two goals lead all the time.
yeah, exactly.
That's another characteristics from this team so far.
Yeah,
But I think Leicester is the only team who did not buy any players this season.
yeah. It's pretty odd.
Yeah,
They actually lost players.
they are going to lose another player like Fofana. Probably will leave for Chelsea.
Yeah. Anyway, and there was a bit of link up of Jamie Vardy to like now everyone else is linked with Manchester United, but we're just not going there. Um, so yeah, great game of for Arsenal. Looked good, so eye pleasing to see them. And after a long, 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 I mean, not just this season, last season, we've seen a lot of glimpses, and they've done fairly well. But I'm glad to say that I do look forward to Arsenal games now, just to see how they're doing. Which is hard to say for whatever happened for a long, long time. um, Coming back to so can we move
Yeah,
from EPL?
yeah.
Yeah. So the other game I actually enjoyed was Real Betis. Who are they playing?
Let me check again.
Yeah. Elche. Obviously, Elche is not the
Yeah.
greatest team, but then Betis was so good, good looking team, and so eye pleasing team. And won me. Got two goals, but it's not about goals. How they were kind of linking up, and it was fun team to watch. It's a very fun team to watch. Um, I think they if they can keep this up and have fun with this team, I think they're going to get into some at least since European spots. Any comment from you?
I actually haven't watched that game actually.
Okay.
Uh, but do you think like Iglesias is like the answer for the center forward?
Iglesias was
He
good.
scored a goal, yeah.
Yeah, Iglesias was good even
And
last season in especially in Europa League for a long long time.
yeah, we saw him playing in cup matches like really well. But to get into the top four, to pass Sevilla, Sociedad, even like right now, Villarreal is doing okay. So it would be a tough competition. Like they need some go getter.
yeah. So
Um, but they don't seem like a have a good option, I guess, in the bench.
was it Sanapria? I can't remember who was it. But yeah, one me was the guy who got 2 goals, and let's see if they can keep it up. But definitely Nabil Fakir is a key player. Definitely, he's gonna create and he's gonna link up a lot of things. He's
Also, they
unlucky.
got Colado from Barca.
Betis
Yeah,
or Elche.
Betis.
Okay,
Oh, wait.
maybe I'm not absolutely 100% sure about it.
No, no, sorry, Elche.
Yeah, makes sense. So yeah, on that, I thought that was a fun game. I just had a the other game that I watched in La Liga was Barcelona versus Rayo Vallecano. Uh, you have seen that?
I saw only the first half and fall asleep.
Okay, that explains a lot of things. But anything anything particular you wanna talk about?
Well, Xavi have to be a little bit more realistic, or his players have to be a little bit more realistic, like when your coach is saying, like when you are facing problems in one side, shift the ball. That doesn't mean like always shift the ball like right and left. It doesn't make sense because like you are not um, like making a mess of the opposition defense. Normally, what happens like one team push all of their players in one side, then shift the ball to get some like numerical advantage or something like that. And what they're doing is like
Ping pong, ping pong.
staying in,
Yeah.
yeah, ping pong, and it's like only two players are out of shape or out of position. Is like their two wingers who are actually like creating all those chances and making something out of the game, or trying to make something out of the game. But the point is that like if you cannot do that without like, and also like there were so many long passes, it doesn't feel like a Spanish team is playing. It's like a
Yeah.
Premier League team, you know
Yeah. Yeah.
from early 2000s or something like that. So
Or
it doesn't feel.
Galactico used to play like that, the first one. Or
um, yeah, so yeah, they did actually, but they had um, Fernando Gago in the
yeah.
back. But only thing is, well, it's so surprising to see like players like Pedri, Busquets, and they are so consumed by this like ping pong thing. Um, like last season, if you remember, we talked about this. Like Barca were dangerous when all of their three midfielders were like close to each other, you know. But they had some sort of gaps in between them. Well, sometimes like Pedri was how can I say, like going towards some midfielder, but not from Busquets or Gabi or anyone who brought in after that actually. Like nobody was like n- near it. Like it's not like it's not like a right way to play. And I don't know like what he told in the first half. The second half, he did not change much. And also like there was red card involved, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was. I thought it was harsh, but then it was on the last moment. Like Sergio Busquets got.
yeah.
Uh,
um
any. I. You touched on very important point of two wingers being the creator. I don't mind that as long as
yeah,
your wingers are sometime tries to pass it in first touch or second touch. But with Rafinha, the amount of time he was dwelling on the ball very, very incredibly talented player, but sometimes he can be. I don't know if it's going to he is going to take some time to get used to the other's movement, but you have to release the ball at certain point of time. He was holding it for too long. He was not Lionel Messi.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like I thought Rafinha would be the how can I say he wouldn't be the in the first 11. I did not think so, but Zabi made this call. But like I think it based on the preseason, but preseason is not the actual matches. Like teams are not tackling that much in the preseason, so like you can fly probably towards a goal. But I thought like Ferran Torres would be there, would have been there.
Yeah, or someone else. It didn't
Yeah,
even. And now I come back to this Aubameyang and Memphis Depay sort of transfer rumors. You have this guy called Robert Lewandowski, who's 34 years old, pretty fit, very good player. But don't you need a backup?
I don't know.
Like if you're
Depay and
letting both of them go, then you're kind of thin, right?
then I guess only player who could be a
Ansu,
backup is Ferran Torres.
Ansu Fati.
No, Ferran Torres.
Okay. But then you're in the same dilemma. Like this guy cannot score. Even the president Laporta basically saying to the press, right?
Yeah.
Not his line to say in the press. Obviously, doesn't do any favor to Ferran. But coming back to uh, one of the backup, would you sell both or would you keep one?
No, I would actually sell one of those guys, either Depay or it depends on the structure of the team and everything else. And also, like money is important because they haven't yet signed what's his name, Kunde.
Yeah.
So
Then money. Money is everything, right? So,
yeah,
um, yeah, I guess. I mean, Barcelona doesn't. Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't make sense at all. And most of the times,
and another thing, so far we have seen Xavi for almost a season,
yeah,
and if there is like if there are situations like if anything or everything is going uh, like outside what he thought or outside what he planned, he doesn't seems like having a really good backup plan with this team. He has players but he shifts players, but you like he tried to change the shape of the players, like bringing Sergi Roberto or someone else, or bringing like Aubameyang and Fati together. But the thing is that like it's not like like in the beginning of our chat we talked about Tuchel's backup, like with what he did with Loftus-Cheek and James and those sort of crafted things, like what we sometimes see from uh, coaches like Jose Mourinho or um, or even Antonio Conte. Um,
yeah,
so he doesn't have sort of this sort of backup plans, and that's another thing. I think it also depends on like experience and stuff like that. But also like he played like over 700 games for Barcelona. He
yeah,
knows this club more than like we do.
yeah.
Um, of course, but he should actually have sort of like a backup plan, like okay, this is thing happening, okay, this is the situation, and you are either facing a team with like a five in the back who is like defending in deep, or you are facing a team who is like really quick in attack. This sort of things are causing Barcelona problem most of the time. So
Yeah,
like, those situations, you have guys, you have to find a plan to do so.
Uh, and also, Rio was actually breaking fairly dangerously.
Of course, they like when they were attacking, it seems like they could have actually
Scored.
hurt. Yeah,
Yeah. So anyway, let's see if it's just one game and Real
yeah.
Madrid, as they always do, played like shit, but they win the game. Um, I mean that's what matters. At least for good
Well, if
70.
you have, yeah, if you have seen their games, like they're, I guess in the last Liga, probably they in 17, 18 times probably, or 60, at least 10 times, they actually were trailing in the first half and scored in the second half, and
Yeah.
they won the game. So that's the nature of a winning team. Like, like how that's how you win the game. We win the games anyway. And it doesn't matter. Like so a recent statistics. It's fun to watch actually. Like they they actually scored like 1,024 goals in the Champions League. The whole so they are the top. Uh, how can I say, they own most of the trophies as well. So that makes sense. Like if you have to do the sometimes the basic things like scoring more goals than your opponent, and that's what they're doing. And this team actually and another thing is that Casemiro was not in the first team and he's leaving now. Do you think it's a big risk, or like a bit too early, or
Yeah, probably a little bit early. I thought they bought this guy Shumani.
too many?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For his position, but probably wanted to transition him kind of a little slower. But now he have to be there, right?
No, they will play Kamavinga, like it's rotating,
Yeah, could be, but Shumeni probably is more suited for
Yeah,
that position. Um,
Kamavinga is more progressive, but Kamavinga can break plays and could be a good number eight.
yeah, and they got a handsome amount for a 31-year-old Casemiro. Uh,
Yeah, and it almost recovered the money they spent for Chouameni. It was 80 million.
yeah, so there you go.
That's
Uh,
how that's how we do business.
Especially when Manchester United calling in
Yeah.
panic. Um, the other part I liked about um, Real Madrid is it almost seemed like they always play for last 10, 15 to 20 minutes. And this game, they're well outplayed at least for 70 odd minutes, like not not
Yeah,
even getting a sniff.
60, 65 they scored.
Yeah, yeah, it was, and then that goal kind of changes everything. Now,
Yeah.
the other, yeah, I don't have anything actually to add to this particular.
Actually, Dani Ceballos will probably get more chances because he has also experience and he played the similar role for Arsenal for 2 seasons, I guess. Um, and I think he will get a little bit more chance. But I think I heard also like they were also trying to get rid of Ceballos as well.
Yeah. So yeah,
And Modric contract is and Cruz contract will end next year. Probably they will go for free.
yeah, yeah. Um, so I did see that I didn't see the entire game. Obviously, I saw highlights of Atletico's win. Look like s- uh, Morata scored scorcher 2 goals. Uh,
But Felix actually was involved in all three goals.
he seems to be playing as a number 10,
Yeah,
and
and I think he's the main guy for this team right now.
at least for now,
Yeah, for now.
yeah. Anton Griezmann scored a goal for a long, long time after a long time,
Yeah.
and I think what really clicks for Simeone is a wing back. If you remember, what was his name? He's the English.
One front,
No, no. Well, one
Tierney,
friend obviously, and then uh,
Tierney.
no, he went to is it he went to Everton, right? Or
Um, I forgot his name.
the anyway, it's
Also,
gonna come back.
forgot his name.
Now they bought Molina, who's a very good right back, and I think that's going to improve their overall play, um, for sure. That's what
Um,
I was kind of.
they were actually playing in a different shape as well.
Yeah, for sure. And this the Belgian guy, is it Wiltord?
Yeah,
Yeah, he actually played really good game, and yeah, Atletico sometime looks well, but then
Witzel.
this Witzel, sorry, not Wiltord, Witzel, yeah, Axel Witzel. So yeah, it was a good win for them, but then again, it's against Getafe.
Yeah, yeah, except for I don't know, like Getafe was playing well last season so far. They brought some players, but this season they did not do much business, and
So I
I guess they are.
remembered, the name. It's Kieran Trippier. Yeah.
Ah,
So Trippier, when he was there, Atletico looked a lot more threat. But now I
but
guess.
yeah, but normally they used to play like a 4-4-2 or 4-2-2-2 or something like that.
But I'm
And
hoping that
wing back one run like was overlapping all the time,
yeah,
like except for the Real Madrid game because he was guarding Cristiano.
yeah. No, but what I'm hoping is that Molina brings that um, attacking side of that half. It would be interesting if Atletico does play well. I think they have a very good squad. Let's see how they keep up. Um,
Lorente is also like a creative guy.
he's a very very hardworking guy. He runs for the people and he creates spaces, right? So
Yeah,
and very good link up player too. So
yeah, and they seem sort of like have a triangle or something like that, and going on in the midfield, like yeah, Molina and what's his name, Lorente, and sometimes with Kuke,
yeah,
and Savage is like always covering Molina, so like it's 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 good. Like I guess like he's not taking any risk in the beginning of the season.
yeah. And it will
And
change
last
again.
last year, yeah,
S-
yeah, last year he was. They were actually taking a bunch of risk because they have strikers. Now they're like starting from a little bit.
And I'm really surprised that Morata wasn't offside as much as time as we used to see him. It just
Well,
must have been miracle for that
in
particular game.
some games they actually he never been in offsides, so
He probably
it's
is
one of
thinking
those.
it's not the league game. He's probably thinking it's still preseason.
Yeah,
That's what probably happened. Um,
probably.
so let's get into somewhere else or some other
Uh,
stuff.
what have you surprised when what's his name? Osasuna beat Sevilla.
Did the bit Sevilla or is
Yeah,
it draw?
no, no, it was 2-1.
Oh, sorry, the first game. Yes.
Yeah, the first game it was.
I talked about it. It was a penalty, right? So it was
Yeah,
unfortunate. Sevilla is not looking that great. They've lost point today as well. I think they had a game
they are playing.
1-1. I
No,
saw Sevilla with someone.
I guess there aren't any games. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, they
Va-
were against Valladolid.
yeah, there was a Acuna was red carded on bench so for saying something. It was anyway.
Actually, both of the games had like four red cards. I haven't actually seen any
Sevilla
of the
is not.
games.
Sevilla started well, but it didn't really ended up with anything. And the goal that Valladolid considered is a very much of an goalkeeper and defender error. Like both went for the same ball and didn't grab it.
Mm.
And yeah, the player was there, Rekic, and he put it home. But Sevilla is not doing well if you compare to their city rival, Betis. They're not playing as good as well. So something had to change if they want to do well.
Uh, like for me, it feels like I told you like I was worrying about them in the beginning of the season, and then thing is that like it, when you see a team, like it seems like they are not motivating at all, like motivated to go forward or do something, and this seems like finding themselves like in a bubble in the middle of the pitch, and it doesn't feel like the Sevilla team we like know
No,
so
no.
far.
As Sevilla normally have very sharp passes and
Yeah,
decent build up
and
and good
they
attacking
have also
options
like a
and solid
really
backs.
solid defense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but again, and
that's
another thing is that like Espanyol is like really poorly performing since the last season.
yeah. Espanyol is like that. 1 year great, 1 year not.
No, like it has been two seasons so far. Like so far, it just well the season just started, but they don't seem well. Like they played against Celta Vigo, but they were rarely actually. Like in the 90th minute, they got a penalty, and in the extra time they scored.
Yeah,
But Celta Vigo was like they can call themselves like a little bit unfortunate.
yeah. Celta is a definitely an interesting team. I hope that they do well.
And they have solid squad. Like they have a game like a game plan or something like that, and yeah,
Um, so yeah, I didn't actually see anything else. I saw a little bit of highlights of Valencia winning um, against can't remember at this point, but that was Gattuso's first game, and they win it just by 1 goal from penalty.
well, they also got a red card.
Yeah, Girona,
So
I remember. Yeah,
yeah, Girona.
yeah. So uh, not much.
Villarreal started well,
Oh, I didn't actually.
like
Yeah,
against Valladolid.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't actually see
But
that
they
game.
are, I think, they are the main contender of Real Betis for the fourth place,
Right. Or it could be Sociedad too, because they
or
always
it could be Sociedad. Yeah,
seems to pick up some games. But yeah, it would be there are a few teams. Athletic Bilbao didn't start really brightly as well, but it's just start of the season, and hopefully from second week, you try to
Barca will play Sociedad tomorrow, and that would
to,
be like really tough. Like,
you mean Sunday,
they
right?
yeah, and on Sunday.
That's like 2 days. That's fine.
Well, the time will be the same. Like it won't give you a break or something. Uh, but
Uh,
it's on the what is it called? Like Estadio America or another
Anoeta, yeah,
another.
yeah.
Yeah, so it
Uh,
would be a tough game for Barcelona, and they are not like they haven't already started good.
yeah. For sure. Um, okay. I guess we do you want to talk more about
No.
Spanish La Liga? Okay, we can talk a little bit about Serie A and then move towards what the drama is. Um, or you want to cover the drama first?
No, it's later than better.
Yeah. Serie A has started, and then few good games at least. Juventus started very brightly, 3-0 win against Sassuolo, and Di
Mm.
Maria scoring his first goal, assisted, and then got injured. Um,
Well, isn't it the story of his life? Like,
yeah, he's such an intelligent player, such a terrific player without ego. Which right now without ego, you're finding a good player that makes it better. But with such talents he has and the vision he has and the decision making, it's brilliant to watch him in Juventus so far.
yeah, and it seemed for some reason to have some, how to say, um, like they are playing like a block, like they have like solid uh, back four and uh, two defensive midfielder was like there all the time. Um, but it's good to see like Vlahovic is playing well. Like he got two goals. Um, so, but I watched this Roma games.
Roma versus
Um,
Salernitana, I was that too.
oh, it was fun to watch actually. But
Yeah,
in the second half, it was more, like how can I say? It was more physical.
yeah, and I think was it Zaniolo had 2 3 chances and he missed all
Yeah,
of
yeah,
them,
Zaniola. I thought he was going to score. Uh,
or if you can't, uh,
they actually like they had so many chances in the first half, and uh, Salerni Salernitana
Salernitana, yeah, exactly.
Salernitana actually had a few chances actually at the
End
end
of
of
the game.
the game. Yeah, like but they could not actually like turned it in. But I was surprised to see Zaniolo missing all those chances, and Kemi Abraham actually was brilliant.
Yeah, Tammy
He
was very
sort of
good.
he sort of played like Didier Drogba, if you remember.
Yeah, or even sometime even better than Didier.
Yeah,
Uh,
sometimes even better.
well, because Didier used to cover a lot of ground and he was a monster. All good, but Tammy does bring certain skill set, uh, and I think is a terrific player. Dybala actually had some good moments, not so good moments. It's a mixed game for him, but it'll take time, I
It's ups
guess.
and downs, but Zaniolo sort of like I expected at least he's scoring something.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
but Spinazzola looked good. Um,
yeah. Also,
um,
Pellegrini had a good game.
yeah, Pellegrini also had a good game.
But other than that, I watched Milan versus was it Sampdoria?
Let me check. Udinese.
Udinese. Yeah, it was a good game for Milan. They look sharp.
They were actually probably trailing
Yeah,
at some point
yeah.
in the first minute, but like it's it's all about like this Milan team is that they are sort of like Real Madrid, like
Came back.
they come back, yeah, all the time, and that's actually sort of like a beginning of a team. You can build some like this team around some players, but one problem is that like they have problems in keeping those players in the inside because they had to leave either for free or something like that, and that's actually causing them some money, in the long run. But uh, like Revic was good. Theo Hernandez scored the first goal from penalty, and Brahim Diaz. looked a little bit better than last season.
Yeah, he's someone definitely didn't have enough confidence, especially some part of the last season.
Yeah,
Still a young player, very very talented player. So hopefully he finds his feet, and it looks good so far.
yeah, and that's another thing. Like they're bringing, they brought Origi at the end of the game, or something like to give him some playtime or something like
Yeah.
that, or adaptation. That's a lot of like a, like a good thing, and they actually changed the shape a little bit at the end of the game. And Brahim Diaz was not there, um, so I guess they're trying to how can I say, build a team around some players
Mhm.
like Leo or Diaz or Bentancur, and from the back, I guess the leader is Theo Hernandez. And
Yeah.
um, how I think this team has a solid, like
Solid blocks.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
solid blocks,
Yeah.
right?
No, you're
And
absolutely correct.
could be a potential champion, but it would be hard this season. Like how Juventus was playing this season, like
Yeah.
they seem more relaxed and confident.
Yeah, but again, it depends on Di Maria, right? Di Maria made them
Yeah,
look better. Let's see.
yeah, but they are also trying to get Depay. So if it,
Depay, yes, and also Paredes
yeah, that
on
would be
loan.
actually nice. That would be actually a better addition for like for what they have right now. Like Paredes with Locatelli, it would be nice touch.
Yeah,
And could be they change it to 4-3-3. Like Allegri's preferred that actually.
yeah. And also Inter just win it. 2-1.
But
I think it
I
was
was so,
Lecce.
yeah, I was so upset with the game.
Yeah, no, it
I don't know
was not
how.
wasn't a good game from them.
Yeah,
They got their points, which they should be kind of happy with. Uh,
yeah,
I think
but they don't seem like a team. Like
yeah,
they the whole preseason they did not look well. So
yeah. Let's see how 1, 2, 3 games, they start to feel like and play like a team, and see how it goes.
these
Napoli,
three are
go ahead.
title contenders, right?
I
Or
think
Napoli, we can bring Napoli.
uh Napoli. I never have any confidence on Spalletti team, but this Napoli team looked really good in their first game. But I'm not going to be judging the
we,
entire thing in
we
the first game, right?
we talked about that. Like they seem to lose like everything after December
Or even nearby December, right? So
because they burn out of energy.
yeah, I still like a lot of players in Napoli. Um, it seems like a lot of things are changing, like Brand Ruiz and players like that. But still, they're like Lorenzo Insigne is not there. There's others. Martins is not there, but they're still kind of
Yeah,
having a bit of firepower thanks to Osimhen up in front. He's very mobile, very active, um, and also Napoli has a very good midfield still.
yeah, that's true.
Uh,
Zelensky was playing, and
yeah, and
um,
Politano from left is great. But yeah, let's see how they keep up. Uh,
yeah, that's a problem for them. Like they starts like really well, like in like it is happening in the first last 4 or 5 years. Even in the beginning of last season, if you remember, I was saying like they will play like 16, 17 games well, and then that's what actually they did. All well, this time actually they made it towards like 36 matches.
yeah,
They were in the title talks.
yeah,
So anything can happen, and they brought some fresh legs. So it depends. Like I don't see them actually, but Roma will try to push. So does
yeah.
I guess this time Fiorentina. They got some money. They bought so many players last January, and they are trying to like they are almost like settling down, and they brought Jovic from Real Madrid.
And Jovi scored.
Uh, and Joey scores. um,
That's one thing I like Nicolas Bertiso as a sporting director. He used to be in the Boca Juniors, and I've followed him
yeah.
in there too. He's a very smart guy to bring players. I don't know why Boca just let him go because probably not having a very good
Either
relationship.
it's because also the money as well.
No, I
Um,
think it was more of a Roman
like when
Riquelme's.
when when he left, Boca was not actually doing well.
No, after that they're not doing well actually.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, Bertiso came in and took over Fiorentina. Fiorentina looked way better after Bertiso came in because if you remember a season with Ribery and a lot of old players, they get rid of them, brought on some young bloods and young players, and
they made actually quite interesting sale. Like Fiorentina was getting rid of the old players towards some some of their rivals at the time,
yeah,
and they brought themselves up by buying players. And another thing is that like they sort of made like what is their stadium name? Stadio Artemio Franchi. Sort of like a fortress. It's hard to play, really hard to play there.
yeah, yeah, and one of my colleague is going to. I think he's planning to go attend the Fiorentina versus Inter Milan game. So let's see if he can get some pictures and photographs for me. But it's a great stadium to be in. If you remember the time of Giovanni Trapattoni was a coach, and even Batistuta and the team that was playing great football.
Yeah,
And there's that used to be Fortress.
yeah. Now they're bringing it up, and it would be interesting. Like this fourth position, I think
They can
there are
definitely
teams.
challenge.
Yeah, there are teams like Roma, Fiorentina. They can push actually if they perform well. Like it depends on some players, like some a little bit twist. And only problem with those teams is that like they don't have a strong bench. Like the same level bench there. But they can actually like squeeze like both of those coaches are like like really good tactician. They can adjust and manage. And this is what Mourinho was doing, and they already have a cup.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that's almost about me about Serie A.
Lazio Bologna was interesting
Oh
game
yeah,
actually.
yeah,
It
I
was
actually saw that.
more of a fist fight.
I actually saw that. It
Okay.
was obviously heated, and Lazio was, I would say, a little bit lucky to
Yeah,
get the points, full points, but Bologna is a very very fisted team. Sometimes it is hard to play them. Not sometimes it's actually hard to play them at this team. Yeah,
yeah, and sometimes that they just go for money. They just throw bodies around, and
yeah, it's extremely hard team to play,
yeah.
and they have a very good attackers. Barrow is a very very good player. Art, the guy who was linked with Manchester United, Arturovic. Um, he wa- he's is a very good striker, tall guy. But also the Bologna has very very well
They have
drilled.
Arnautovic.
Yeah, well drilled midfields too, right? So it's a
Yeah.
good team.
Yep, true.
Uh,
I don't see anything to add.
no, let's jump into the drama of PSG. So what's happening in PSG?
Uh, I think okay. Let's start with PSG. Okay. Uh, I don't know. Like it seems like
They're
everyone wants to take
they're
penalty.
they're winning 5-2,
Yeah,
and still there is a bit of controversy.
yeah. That's what Theory was saying to the in the Twitter probably that they have those conflicts, but they still manage to win by 5-2 or something. And team actually, honestly, they were actually looking well until last match. Like there were moments like someone did not pass to Mbappe, and he stopped running, and
So did
it's
I
like,
did I ask you if you go back to our last episode, was Mbappe the problem? It seems like
well,
he has an issue.
well, PSG presidents were saying they don't want bling bling, so like they are producing a new bling bling over an old bling bling. Now, two bling blings are for fighting.
Now, what is
So
positive and what is negative? Like positive bling bling, negative bling bling,
uh,
or
it's
bling bling means negative.
nothing. Yeah, it's all negative. Actually, when you like, it's too much to say, like, if you are giving too much power to a player, and player is not bigger than a club.
Yeah,
um, you have to understand, even not bigger than a coach. Nothing, like nothing bigger than a club. No.
yeah,
And the problem with this situation, like this ego and this all those negativity, I don't know, like where are all those source, and
and
except for, I guess, theory, or probably some players, like all French player has always this sort of problems, like disciplinary issues and stuff like that.
yeah, that's true. Uh, Not probably always, but mostly, at least in the modern days.
No,
Uh,
at least, like, I don't know. As far as I remember, if I saw some players are performing well, and they just got into some
Nicolas Anelka rings bell. Uh,
Anelka, even theory, the hand of Ori,
yeah,
if you remember.
Petrus Evra.
Patrice Evra is like, I
Th-
guess Vieira was a little bit,
but that was a different generation with like you had a player like Zinedine
but
Zidane,
even
Zhirokaev,
recently, like, after that, Samir Nasri was playing well, then he got into some sort of drama.
Karim Benzema.
Um,
Uh,
Benzema was there in drama. Um, Everyone who was playing, like, is in some sort of drama,
Rabiot's
except for N'Golo
R-
Conte, probably.
Rabiot's mother is in drama. Uh, but coming back to PSG, there's what media is covering that there is a bust up in the dressing room between Neymar and Mbappe, and that's not actually good. If you have these two players playing together and if they're fighting in the dressing room, that's not good.
Actually, they both actually came in to this club same time,
Similar, yeah,
and yeah, Neymar. He saw Neymar was doing this sort of stuff with other players, like taking away a penalty from
Edinson Cavani,
Cavani.
yeah,
Yeah, they were fighting about this sort of stuff, and this is sort of like a repetition of this
cycle.
uh, cycle. Now, Mbappe thinks that he's bigger than, like, Neymar, or in a way how he performed at least last season. um, Now he wants that thing what Neymar had. Like, this is this is the culture they built already. So, and if they brought in a new player or newcomer, there are players like Xavi Simons, who also has disciplinary problems, because he saw, like, he saw those players growing up,
Behaving like
so,
that.
like, behaving like that, and it doesn't seem like right. And I guess Ramos was, there were media reports, Ramos was trying to talk with Mbappe about those situations, but I don't seem like he's answering to anyone, like,
And
so
also,
far.
Ramos himself
And
is a
also,
new player, right?
yeah, and it should have been, who's their
Marquinhos,
captain? Marquinhos, yeah. It should have been Marquinhos.
yeah.
But I don't know, like, there are also another player who's own. like probably all of the Ballon
But
d'Ors.
Messi won't speak that much. Especially he doesn't feel like it's same case as Ramos. Is more of a Barcelona legend. He's more a team player here. So and also
Yeah, that's what his role so far in the club. Like he's not like in the scoring or something like that. He's like their original number 10 for them for them so far. And there were moments like also in the same match, Hakimi did not pass the ball to Messi, and that was but Messi moved on. So
yeah, yeah, Hakimi seems to be closer to
close
Mbappe.
to yeah, Mbappe.
Yeah. Anyway, there are camps, and if they're playing against each other, well, if a team is divided, that team cannot win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Uh, so that's about drama. We don't have any, or we do have something.
I think yeah, German league
All right.
started.
All right. Yeah. Exactly.
It started actually. It has been 2 weeks so far.
No bling bling
Um,
there.
no, nothing. And Bayern Munich seems to score like 13 goals in 3 matches. What do you think of that? Like, did
Well,
they already move on from Lewandowski?
I think so. At least in Bundesliga, that's not a surprise, right?
Yeah. I guess like I think I mentioned that like it wouldn't be a problem there, and also like they are trying to make a different how can I say like a solution for those situations, you know, like they don't have like a like uh, top guy who's pushing the center backs, so they are actually finding a way different way to score, and which is actually good, and more players are like attacking players are involved in the attacks, so it's a different thing to watch, and they seems brilliant. Like how Musiala is playing,
Musiala is
he's
playing very
playing.
well. Yeah,
Oh my god, like
he seems to just jumped up into a different like he was playing really well last season too, right? But he definitely took over.
yeah, and if he's playing in the middle, if he's playing in the like left or right or any wings or something like that, it doesn't matter. He seems always tries to find the spaces, and that's another thing. Like this guy could have been a good replacement of Thomas Muller, you know.
He is already.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's very good to find the half spaces. He's very good to find the uh, link ups, and he can shoot really well.
actually shooting was problem for him when he
Started.
debuted,
Yeah.
and yeah, and also last season was also like he missed some important chances. If you remember the ones with Villarreal, um, he missed some chances. Like he also like had some problems in important matches, but those things actually comes with experience, and he's going to play in the first team for a while,
Yeah.
and this will be uh, I don't know. Um, this will give him some experience, you know, like this is what happened to Haaland. Like he already played like almost 200 matches.
Yeah. For for sure. Any other team other than Bayern Munich?
Uh, Actually, did not follow that much so far. Dortmund seemed a little bit off um,
Yeah, Dortmund has been
in the
disappointing.
first match. Yeah, but against Freiburg they do well. But in the first match, Leverkusen could have actually had them. Leverkusen had a really good team, and some of how can I say like some of the guys like Diaby or what's his name, Palacios was playing in this club, and both of them are like really good midfielder, and but they have like um, really good solid backline.
Yes.
Um, That's another thing. But only problem with Dortmund is that like they need some time to adjust with like players like Adiami or um, who's the new another new guys. What's
Uh,
his name?
well, he didn't play, right? Haller for
No, he didn't. Haller didn't. I guess his injury.
no, he's diagnosed with some kind of chronic illness or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw the news. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But like they played Mukoko. Um, that's another good player. But I think that this team, like as the season progressed, it will change. So
yeah,
far, like there are some moments because of all those new players, and those players are going to be their main players, and there are veterans like Royce, who's actually changed the position to the center midfield more likely. Munir is playing well. There are interest from Barcelona as well, but I don't think they will let him go.
no,
So like they also like have Hummels now, and Schlotterbeck is playing, but I guess they brought Sule or
yeah.
some. No, Sule is going to some other team.
I think he was in Dortmund.
Dortmund, okay.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, there are some players in the bench as well. So I think it will take a little bit more time. But Leverkusen actually started well, but a little bit disappointed from Frankfurt's performance. A little bit. I thought they were going to bring some cool players, but for some reason they didn't. It will be tough season for them.
yeah,
Leipzig also has slow start against Stuttgart, but Stuttgart is also like a really good team. Like in the mid level, there are so many close teams. You cannot actually, how can I say, you cannot say right now how is it going to be end. But it's like some teams, like for example, Stuttgart, Leipzig, um, what was his name? Leverkusen. They are trying to build a team around, um, and well, I forgot. Union Berlin won Berlin Derby, so their team is like right now is sort of like a solid team. They brought some players in. They're playing in also like in a different shape as well, like playing from the back, and they sometimes play with like three in the midfield and two. Sometimes it's like rotating. It's fun to watch them actually. So I guess like this sort of team, like it's still like transfer market is still on, so probably there will be some changes. So up until then, like these 2 3 teams are like a little bit, a little bit, how can I say, stable,
yeah,
but Hertha, I don't know, like for some reason they lost their way. For I guess they need a big change, and but they have money. They have more money than Union Berlin.
yeah. No, that's thank you for that overview. But yeah, I'd really love to see some kind of challenge for Bayern, which probably is not gonna happen. Um,
No, I don't think so because like with yeah, no, I don't think so because like Dortmund just trying to build a new team, um, and like how can I say, like it they made some transfer before the what is it called, who was there as a coach, and now it's like Terzi is coaching. But before that, there was another manager. Like, uh, so it took like 5 years for Klopp to build a team around, and they are going to lose Billingham for sure in the last season because he has only like 2 years of contract. So they need some solid, players or who can actually who will be there. And right now, some old players like Royce Hummels. Other than that, like there aren't any options. So like there's another issue with Dortmund, and also money. Like because if you know that like Bayern or any other German teams, they have like 50 plus one rule. So like they cannot sell more than 49%. um and which actually brings, and also like the TV revenue is like most of the time Bayern is getting almost like 29% probably. So that's another issue. So it's always like probably I don't know if some team has a big how can I say, like a academy or something like that, like Leipzig. They can actually challenge. Other than that, I don't see.
Yeah, uh, fair enough. So, anything else to add or anything? Okay.
No.
So I guess at this point, I mean, we probably can wrap it up. We talked about all the dramas and what's happening, and uh, yeah, if anyone is saying, please let us know by commenting. Otherwise, we won't really get you incorporated or what you're seeing and what you want to see as well.
Yeah.
Any final comments, Sridhar, for the anyone who is seeing?
I don't know. Last time we advertise. This time we can say like we can answer it in three languages, I guess.
Oh no,
Four.
any
If I
languages.
count your Spanish.
No, no, we can answer any in any language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Other than that, nothing. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Thank you. Have we'll wrap it up and we'll see you next week again.